she like it calculate.
Why, Dad, I told you I don't like business parties. Then why did you bring me here? You said as you don't wanna come, but your dad brought you. Mr. Kim, Wan's dad. Why don't you understand, Wan? It helps you in future when you build your own company. Mr. Kim, I want you to interact with the people. Why are you an introvert? You don't even have many friends. Come on, trying to make new friends. Wan, okay, I will try. Mr. Kim, I'm sure you will. He said while smiling, and you also smiled back at your dad. You both reached the party, then suddenly you got a phone call. Wan, Dad, you go. I will be back in a few minutes. He nodded and went inside. After a few minutes, you saw that your dad already went inside, so you were walking behind him in a hurry. And that's because your heel twisted. And you were about to fall, but before, someone held you by your waist, while your eyes were closed as you were scared from falling. You opened your eyes and saw a handsome man who was holding you. You lost in his eyes for a minute and made a tight grip on his collar, which you were already holding to save yourself. You scanned his whole face with your eyes, and your eyes stopped to his lips, and you gulped. Your movement is interrupted as the man said something, and you came out from your dreamland. You felt awkward cause he might be uncomfortable by your gaze. Are you okay, miss? He said and made you stand properly and stepped back to maintain a proper distance, and you felt embarrassed. One, yes, thank you. You said and tried not to look into his eyes. It's okay, but be careful, he said while giving you a caring look, and you nodded with a soft smile. And he also smiled back before walking away from there, and you looked at his disappearing figure. One, God, how sweet he is. And yeah, you Pabo, how can you stare at him like this? What will he think about me? You said to yourself. Then you went inside as your dad will be waiting for you. Author's POV. This is the first time your dad brought you to a party, and after seeing that handsome man, you feel something. He's so handsome, and somewhere you just got so attracted to him. He's not that old to be the same age as your father, but at the same time, he doesn't look young either. One, Dad, you called him as he was talking with someone, Mr. Kim. Oh, Wan, where were you? I was looking for you. Come, I want to introduce you to my colleagues. You nodded and stand beside your dad. It's been 15 minutes. You were looking here and there as you were feeling bored. You were standing in a corner while holding a glass of juice. Then suddenly your dad called you and you went towards him. You saw your dad is talking with someone, but you can't be able to see his face. Juan, yes, Dad? You said while looking at your dad. Mr. Kim, meet my boss. You looked at the man who was standing beside you, and your eyes widened. You felt nervous after seeing the same handsome man, who is no other than your father's boss. He smirked after seeing you again. Hi, myself Jimin, Park Jimin, he said in a soft voice while extending his hand towards you for a handshake. And you hesitantly accepted. before saying, "One, hi, I'm Wine, nervous." Jimin, "You have a beautiful daughter, Mr. Kim," he said while smiling, "and your cheeks turn in shyness, and he can also see your red face." Mr. Kim, "You are right, Mr. Park. She looks like her mom," he said in a sad tone, "as now your mom is not with you, 'cause she is died." Jimin, "I can understand, Mr. Kim," he said while comforting your dad, "and your eyes are also filled with tears, 'cause you are still not able to forget about your mom. It's been 3 years since your mom died in a car accident, and since that day you feel alone, and you also change a bit." Then suddenly Jimin looked at you and saw some tears in your eyes. As without even thinking twice, he extended his hand towards you, towards your face, and wiped your tears with his thumb. And you looked at him. "Jimin, don't cry. Tears are not looking good for a beautiful person like you." He called a waiter and picked a glass for you and said, "Jimin, wanna drink with me?" He asked, but before you could say something, your dad said, "Mr. Kim, I'm sorry, Mr. Park, but she is underage, so she can't drink." Jimin, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that." Wan, It's okay." Jimin, "By the way, how old are you, Wan?" Wan, I'm 20, but after a few days, I will turn 21." Jimin, "Oh, you are too young." Your dad nodded. Your dad went somewhere as he got a call while you were with Jimin. Wan, "Mr. Park, can I ask you something?" He nodded. "Wan, how old are you?" You asked, and he chuckled before answering. "Jimin, I'm 35. You got shocked, 'cause he looked so young." Jimin, "What happened? Do I look that old?" He asked after seeing your reaction. Wan, No, in fact, you are so hot and handsome at this age." You said without even thinking, but later remember what you have done. He looked at you with an amused look, and you kept your head down. Jimin, "It's okay, I don't mind," he said in his soft voice, and you looked at him. Wan, I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable. I didn't mean that." Jimin, "Fine, it's not a big deal. You're cute like my son," he said as you felt something in your heart after hearing him. Wan, do you have a son?" He nodded while smiling, but inside you feel hurt. Wan, Means you have a wife too?" You asked in a sad voice. He pressed his lips before saying, "Jimin, no, she is not with me. We divorced, and now I have my only son." Jimin, he is 4 years old. Wan, you are really very sweet, Mr. Park. I'm damn sure your son is also like you. Jimin, yeah, you are right. He's very charming and cute. He said while smiling, and you also smiled back and said, "Wan, yeah, just like you." You said while murmuring. After that, your dad called you, 'cause now you have to leave. Wan, bye, Mr. Park, I have to leave. Dad is calling me. You said while lastly glancing at him, but you stopped as and turned to him and said, "Wan, Mr. Park, can I hug you?" You asked, 'cause now you are leaving as you again get alone. Where he looked at you for a minute before nodded. As he nodded, you quickly hugged him and you feel like there is no one who can fill the empty part of your heart except him. He has something, he is special to you. You snuggled your face into his chest and he gulped. He hugged your back and patted your back. Don't know why. He also doesn't know why he agrees to hug you. He felt some sensation inside his body when you snuggled into his chest. He wanted to part it away, but he can't, cause he also feels something in his heart. His loneliness also went away as you hugged him. He never fell in love with anyone, not even to his ex-wife. One, thank you, Mr. Park. I will miss you. You said and finally walked out, where he looked at in your direction and said, Jimin, me too. He said while whispering to himself, Jimin, why is it beating so fast? He said while putting his hand near his heart. He was sitting on the couch while thinking about the particular person who is not going out of your mind from the last week. You were always thinking about him because you really fell in love with him at first sight. Your thoughts interrupted as your dad called you. Mr. Kim, Wan, Wan, Wan. Yeah, yes, Dad. Mr. Kim, what were you thinking? I saw you lost somewhere. Wan, no, no, Dad, there's nothing important. You lied. You saw your dad, who was reading the newspaper, and suddenly you asked, Wan, Dad, can I ask you something? He nodded. Wan, what's the age difference between you and Mom? He frowned at your question before looking at you and said, Mr. Kim, it's 11. But why are you asking this question? Why, nothing. I just miss Mom. Dad, what do you think about the age gap relationship? Mr. Kim, So, according to me, age doesn't matter in love. If someone truly loves each other, then they have rights to spend their life together. Mr. Kim, but why are you suddenly asked these questions? Is my daughter fall in love with someone? Why? What are you saying, Dad? It's not like that. You smiled nervously and went to your room to avoid him. Time skip a day before your birthday. Today you came here at his mansion as you wanted to invite him to your birthday party. You asked your dad and you purposely came here to invite him cause you want to meet him too. You walked ahead and pressed the doorbell, and after a minute a lady opened the door. You bowed to her as she is old enough like your mother. One, Azuma, can I meet Mr. Park? Lady, sure dear, but please come inside. You nodded. Lady, you can wait here. I will call him. You nodded before walking inside. You made yourself comfortable on the couch and looked around. Beautiful, someone said in a cute voice. You looked in that direction and saw a cute baby boy standing there while looking at you with a soft smile. He walks near you with his little feet and sits beside you and says, What are you doing in my house, Nuna? Well, I came here to meet Mr. Park. Ah, you mean my dad? Well, is he your dad? Yes. Well, what's your name, baby boy? Cheyun, but you can call me Chim. Well, oh, so sweet of you, Chim. You are really very beautiful, Nona. Why is it? But you know you are very cute too, like your father. You say while cupping his face and he giggles. Jim, can I kiss you, Nona? He asked and you nodded. He kissed your cheek and you too, and not knowing that someone is watching you. Jimin, who was standing in a corner and watching you both, how his son got attracted to you. How are you both talking to each other while smiling? The only sound roaming in the house is how you both are giggling. He unknowingly smiled the way you put a smile on his son's face. Jimin thought how it would be great when you are also live with both of him like a happy family. But suddenly he remembered you are too young. Jimin in mind. God, no Jimin, it's wrong. He understood himself and walked towards your direction. Jimin, good morning, man. He said while smiling, and you looked at him. Man, oh, good morning, Mr. Park. Smiling. Jimin, no need to be formal. Call me Jimin. Jim, Tara, why did you let her wait for so long? Look how beautiful she is. You and Jimin looked at him with a shocked face. Jimin, I'm sorry, Ryan. I don't know from where he's learning these flirty skills. Jim, why would I learn from somewhere when my own dada is the king of flirting? You laughed and said, Ryan, yeah, you are right. And Jim is also starting to laugh. Jimin, okay, leave it. Ryan, do you have anything to tell? Ryan, yes, Jimin. I came here to invite you to my birthday party. Will you come to my birthday party? You asked. Jim. Oh, come on, Nuna. There's no need to ask. We will definitely come. You smiled at him and said, Ryan, thank you, cutie pie. You said while softly pinching his chubby cheeks. Jim. Nuna, can I pinch your cheeks too? He asked with pouty lips and you nodded to him, but before Jimin said, Jimin, wait, why are you being so touchy with her? Jim, Dada, I know you're jealous of me. He teased Jimin. Jimin, why would I be jealous? She's my friend, okay? Jim, then mine too, Dada. Did you forget your everything is mine? Then Jim kissed your cheeks while you got confused by their behavior. Fine, don't fight. I'm both of your friends, okay? Fine. Bye, Jimin. I have to leave. He nodded. Jim, bye, beautiful. He said while winking at you, and you also do the same. Jimin looked at your figure with a soft smile, but then he noticed that Jimin is staring at him with his small eyes. Jimin, what, huh? He asked, but Jim smirks. Jim, do you like her, right, Dada? He asked in excitement. Jimin, what? No, there's nothing. Jim, don't lie to me, Dada. Well, I don't have any problem. She's very nice. So, when will you make her my Umma? Jim looked at him shockingly. Jim, God, from where I got this pervert son? He's still in shock. Time skipped to the birthday party, and this is your outfits. You were standing near the main entrance as you were impatiently waiting for the particular person whom you have invited. Cause today there is one more thing important beside your birthday. And after a minute, a big smile appeared on your face. Jim, hi, beautiful. Today you are looking more beautiful, he said while looking at you with his cute eyes. One, thank you, cutie pie. You are looking handsome. Jimin, hi, Van. Happy birthday, he said while giving you a bouquet. Fine, thank you, Jimin. Jim, this rose is for you, Nuna, he said while giving you a rose. Jimin, God, did you take this rose from the bouquet, right? Jim, no, I brought this, he said while smiling. Van, oh, thank you so much for the rose, baby boy. Jim, no, I don't want thanks. I want a kiss. Will you give me? Van, sure. You quickly kissed his cheeks while Jimin is getting shocked. Jimin in mind, is he really my son or my rival? But yeah, that's true. She is looking so beautiful. You take them inside the party and as it's going to start soon. One, you both can sit here. I will be back in a minute. They nodded and you went to take some drinks. One, Jimin, this is for you. And Jim, this juice is for you. Suddenly your dad came and met his boss. Then Jim went with your dad as they both usually meet in the office. One, Jimin, can I ask you something? He nodded. One, what do you think about me? I, I mean, am I beautiful? Jimin, huh? But suddenly, why are you asking this? One, please tell now. He asked again. Jimin, yes, you are beautiful. And you are also really very kind. You are special to me, he said while smiling, and you looked at him with shining eyes. When I have something to tell you after the party. Then you went to celebrate your birthday as the all guests were waiting for you. After some hours of celebration, you cut your cake and wait to end the party. You went to Jimin as you saw him sitting alone in a corner. Why, Jimin, will you please come with me? I want to show you something. He looked at you in confusion and you took him to a first floor. While holding his hand, you raced in front of a room, but before entering inside the room, you just tied a black strip on his eyes. After taking him inside the room, you hugged him from behind and he got confused by your behavior. Jimin, why? What happened? Will you open this? You didn't say anything and opened the strip from his eyes. He looked around the room, the way it was decorated. Jimin, Van, what is this? He asked. Van, I love you, you said while still hugging him. Jimin, what? His heartbeat is going fast. You broke the hug and he slowly turned towards you and saw you where you were kneeling down in front of him while holding a ring in your hands and said, Van, will you marry me? You asked with a soft smile. He was all shocked as he doesn't know what to do. One side he feel happy cause you are special to him, but his other side doesn't want to accept you cause there is no way which you would be bound for each other. There is something inside him which is bothering him. While, please say something, you said as you still didn't get your answer. Jimin, Vayan, first please stand up. He made you stand and looked into your eyes. Why? What happened? You asked as you were feeling some negative vibes. Why, answer me, will you accept me? He gulped as if doesn't wanna break your heart. Jimin, Ryan, look, you are too young, so it would be better if you chose someone like your age. How are we supposed to be each other? Ryan, but I love you. Jimin, you don't have any idea. What will society think about us? I have a son too, Ryan. He said, while cupping your face as your eyes teared up. Ryan, I don't care about anything. I just truly love you. Jimin, I can understand, Ryan. You are really very nice person. But please, I can't. Ryan, but why? Didn't you say earlier I'm special to you? You said while tightly hugging him. Jimin, yes, you are. But Ryan, please try to understand. We have a 14 years age gap. Ryan, but my dad always says age doesn't matter in love. You said while crying on his chest. Ryan, I also love Jim. Please don't do this to me. Ryan, I just fell for you at the first sight when I saw you at the party. Don't you even care about my birthday? Jimin, it's not like that. He said while patting your back. I care for you. You mean a lot for me. Before he could say something, the door slowly got opened, and your dad and Sim came inside. And they didn't get shocked because they already guessed the situation. You looked at your dad while Jimin were already shocked. Mr. Kim, so I guessed it correct. My daughter is in love. Jimin, I'm sorry, Mr. Kim. Jim, Dada, why did you let her cry on her birthday? Mr. Kim, I can understand you, Mr. Park, but I know my daughter. She really loves you. You looked down while silently crying. Jim, don't you like her? He asked directly. Jim, no, it's not like that. I love. He stopped in the middle while you all looked at him with wide eyes. Jim, I know, Dada, you love her. But why don't you say it clearly, Jimin looked at your face and wiped your tears with his thumb and said, Jimin, I'm sorry I let you cry on your birthday. Mr. Kim, Mr. Park, if you think about the age gap, then I really don't have any problems. In fact, I have an 11 years age gap with her mom. That was the first time I saw her smiling with you. After her mom, Jimin, listen to your dad and get silent for a minute. Jimin, I get your point, Mr. Kim, he said with a straight face. He suddenly hugged you in front of all and said, Jimin, I'm sorry to hurt you. But it's true, I love you too. I was scared cause sometimes life plays with us. The end.